Next nation that we're on to is the nation of Ghana, which is number 3 on the list for Atlantic African people sent to the Americas. Formerly known as the Gold Coast and the gateway to Africa, the name is living up to as the year of return becomes more and more popular. This area came into contact with much of the world through the gold trade coming from the Bono state of Begal. Gold which would make city-states in Italy and nations in the Iberian Peninsula quite rich, jump-starting the accumulation of hard currencies, i.e. capitalism. In order to fuel this capitalism, they decided to set sail and find a direct source. Their travels taking them to the coastal kingdom of Edina, one of the many Akan and Guan kingdoms that dotted the coastline of today's Ghana. And after persistent talks and persuasions with the king of Edina, they proceeded to build the first of many castles in Ghana, São Jorge de Mina, or El Mina. This fort mainly protected Portuguese interests between the 16th and early 17th century, where they took in much gold from the Gold Coast in exchange for crops from the New World, different types of cloth, and even slaves, many of whom came from Angola and today's Nigeria, allowing the bigger Akan kingdoms of Dentra and Akwamu to thrive. This success by the Portuguese also led many Europeans to set up shop in Ghana as well, leading to a decently sized group of merchants who temporarily stayed at the coast, coming from Holland, Britain, and the Baltic states. And where there's a lot of people, some people just simply don't know how to act, with competition driving what is now known as the Komanda Wars, between European, Guan, Akan, and Ga Dangme states, vying for control of the gold trade and for power within their own right. These wars ending around the beginning of the 18th century, the outcome being a strong Dutch, Danish, and British presence, and a shift to enslaved persons for firearms trade, with the Asante Empire reaching all the way to Burkina Faso, sending in those enslaved to Fanta states who traded with the British, and tributary states who traded with the Dutch, and Danish settlements on the coast. Many of the victims being people of Grunsi, Gurma, other Akan tributary states, and the Krepi Ewe nearby. Fast forward to 1806, and the Fanta Confederacy, as well as the Asante Kingdom, were having a bit of friction, due to the Fanta blocking the pass to the coast, leading to a brutal war between 1806 to 1807, and an Asante victory which meant access to the coast. Ironically, that same year the British banned the slave trade, proving their economic livelihood obsolete. To make matters worse, they offered protectorate status to the newly conquered territories of Asante, leading to a 100 Years' War where Asante gave the British a run for their money, but unfortunately they lost and were incorporated into the protectorate, which would go on to become the Gold Coast or today's Ghana, which we've fallen like from hours to go.